So the Vasari Corridor, you can see here, it runs across the Ponte Vecchio bridge, was built in 1565. And Cosimo Medici felt he needed more safety, so he commissioned Giorgio Vasari, the architect, to have this corridor built above the city street of Florence. Now, it only took 5 months, would you believe? The corridor itself, it starts over at the Palazzo Vecchio, the old palace, where present-day government still reside. It was one of their palaces, and he frequented his other palace, which was the Pitti Palace, 1 kilometre away. So this corridor is 1 kilometre in length, leaving the Palazzo Vecchio, taking Medici through their beloved Uffizi Gallery, and then onto the Arno River, over the bridge and up to the Pitti Palace. What an amazing construction in such a short time. And you know what? It hasn't been open to the public since 2016. Guess what? I walked through it yesterday. Now, the Vasari Corridor commences at the Palazzo Vecchio, the old palace. So the Medici would leave the Palazzo Vecchio in the corridor, walk through the Uffizi Gallery, and it comes out on the Arno River, winds its way over the Arno River and heads up towards the Pitti Palace. Once you purchase your tickets online, the entrance is at the Uffizi Gallery. You then have up to 2 hours to explore Uffizi before you meet at the designated starting point for the Vasari Corridor. So I guess you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Have a quick look around the Uffizi and then meet at the starting point for the Vasari Corridor. And the walk finishes at the Pitti Palace. So if you're really organised, you could pre-purchase tickets for the Boboli Gardens and or the Pitti Palace, finish the Vasari walk, you're there at the Pitti Palace, and then go in and have a look around there too. And here I am in the Uffizi Gallery, and I'm about to walk through the Vasari Corridor. Now, the Vasari Corridor is recently opened, only 2 weeks ago, December of 2024. So I'm really looking forward to having a walk along this secret corridor above Florence, just like the Medici did back in the 16th century. So behind me is where you can see where the Vasari Corridor leaves the Uffizi Gallery and commences a walk over the Ponte Vecchio bridge, where I am now, up to the Pitti Palace. What I really enjoyed walking through the corridor was looking through those little portholes. It just provided a creative opportunity to take that special little snapshot. And I'll try and include some of them in the video to follow. It's much wider than I thought, actually. So the Vasari Corridor, built in 1565, the architect Giorgio Vasari, and they built it in 5 months. Pretty amazing. Really, Cosimo Medici, for safety reasons and enabling him to walk from the gallery, the Uffizi Gallery, to the Pitti Palace. So the photo opportunities through the small windows, just fantastic, really enjoying it. So look, the corridor, back in the day would have been lined with some paintings and so on. So one problem Giorgio Vasari had was how to negotiate this tower, which was owned by another rich noble family of Florence. Obviously they did not want their tower to be cut through the middle with a corridor, so Vasari had to build the corridor around the tower. And we can see that right here. And by the way, the Volpe e Nuova, great wine shop down there, can you see it? Bit of a downhill section here too. You get those little moments where you feel like you've got the corridor to yourself. The Medici have to build around the tower of a very influential family. They've built through the church, and I'll just show you that right now. And additionally, of course, it provides a little snapshot of what life must have been like for one of the wealthiest families in the world, even to this present day, the Medici. Now, the walking tour through the Vasari Corridor takes you about 25 minutes and it'll set you back €47, which seems a bit steep, but that also gives you an entry into the Uffizi Gallery. Keep in mind, you've only got about 2 hours there before you have to commence your Vasari Corridor walk, because it's a timed start. Nevertheless, it's a tour I would certainly recommend. It's a real piece of history, this one, isn't it? Not too many people recently have had the opportunity to walk through the corridor, the Vasari Corridor. Personally, I found it fantastic. I really enjoyed looking through the porthole windows and just getting a snapshot of life below in the streets of Florence. Some of the vistas, really enjoyable. Expat Lifestyle with Pads. Share, thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you enjoyed this episode walking through the Vasari Corridor. I'll see you next episode. Ciao.